Hey guys, it's Allison Monday from Tiny Blue Orange, and in this quick little video I'm going to dive into something that I think is super important for every online business owner to understand, whether you operate solely online or you have a website to kind of support your brick and mortar location. I'm going to be talking about responsive websites. And so there are kind of three terms that get floated around, and I think there's a lot of confusion between the three and even just what responsive means in general. I'm also going to show you my 10-second trick for seeing if a site is responsive, just so you can kind of get an idea when you're looking at different websites and different companies. Hey, is this site responsive or is it adaptive? Let's start with those definitions first, because that's a great place to start. So we have responsive, adaptive, and mobile theme. And so responsive means that the website responds to the browser size. I don't always like using the word in the definition, but in this case I think it kind of helps you remember. Whereas adaptive means the website adapts to the device that it's being viewed on. So adaptive themes typically have a set parameter of sizes. So they will look at, let's say, the most recent iPhone dimensions, and they will say, okay, once it's viewed on this size screen, this is what the website will look like. And so you can kind of imagine the con of doing an adaptive theme versus a responsive theme is that when a new iPhone comes out, say last week, those dimensions that you have set for your theme might change. And let's say a new phone, not even an iPhone, a new company comes out with a new product. There's another thing that you have to kind of adjust for. So it's going to be always ongoing maintenance with adaptive, whereas responsive, you kind of say, okay, once the screen gets to be about this size, it doesn't look right, so we're going to rearrange the elements. And then, okay, once it gets down to this size, we're going to rearrange again. And then okay, if it's in between this window, it still looks good. And then once it shrinks down, we're going to change things. The last one is mobile theme. And the difference there is that a mobile theme is a completely separate theme from your website. So you might have a site design that looks great on desktop and laptop, and then you might have a mobile theme, so when it's being viewed on an iPad or iPhone or any other smartphone or tablet, that it changes the way that it looks. The benefit to this is if your site is not responsive or adaptive, you can get a WordPress plugin and have a mobile site in seconds. You can change the settings and that sort of thing. The con to this is that it's not specific to your site, so it's not specific to your branding, to your layout, to any custom features that you might have on your site. Those might kind of break on mobile devices. And also, it's something else that you have to maintain. So kind of like how adaptive, you have to maintain it depending on browser size and device size. Mobile, you have to maintain if you're doing a plugin or if it's a completely separate theme that was built. You have to kind of maintain these things, and so it adds one level of maintenance and one more level of work that needs to be done. But like I mentioned, you can have a site up and running that's mobile friendly by installing a plugin and changing a few settings, which is great. So, because I'm a visual person and you're most likely a visual person, I want to dive into some examples. So here's an example of a responsive website. This is one that I designed and developed for Riverbend Coaching. And to start with that quick trick, you're going to click on the right side of your browser window, and you're going to start to drag it over towards the left. You can start with the left side and drag it to the right, but I'm right-handed, so this is where I'm going to begin. So once you see those arrows, the resize arrows, click and hold and then drag it over to the side. And you'll notice how the elements in this site header are going to start to respond based on how wide the browser window is. So the menu hop down, and then it goes to the more touchscreen menu where you click on it or tap it with your finger if you're on a tablet or smartphone. So that's an example of a responsive website because it's responding to the browser width. Let's hop over to an example of a mobile theme. So this is a site that I designed and developed a couple years ago for a CrossFit gym. And as I'm resizing the browser window, you'll see that it gets to a certain width and it just kind of stays because the content is not set to respond to the browser window like it was on the other site. So here's what the site looks like on my iPhone. And essentially what we did is installed a WordPress plugin that converts it to a mobile-friendly site. So the plugin is doing all of the work, and it's displaying all of the blog posts and the featured images that are tied to those blog posts. Since this site is all about the announcements and the workouts, which are posted via posts, this made so much sense for us to do, because then if somebody is viewing the site on the mobile phone, they can quickly get to the workout of the day and the information that they need. So that was an easy way for us to have a mobile-friendly site without going through the work of making the theme 100% responsive. So that's it for the difference between responsive, adaptive, and mobile theme websites. Hopefully this video helped. If it did, be sure to share it with other folks that you know that are trying to kind of understand the difference between these and how it'll help grow their online business. And of course, if you have any questions about the stuff in this video at all, please leave a comment in the comments below.